Hi, and welcome to your WordPress administration orientation video. So in this video, I'm going to give you a quick introduction on how to log into WordPress and then give you a very quick tour of the WordPress administration panel, just to give you an overall familiarity with WordPress before you actually delve into some of the videos that will get to the nitty-gritty details of how to edit your content. Right, so first of all, you need to go to your login page, which you will have received with your handover pack. So basically, the login page for your admin area will be your website address with a /, and then you just need to type wp-admin. So that's wp-admin, and that will get you to this WordPress login screen. So I am going to enter my username and password, and then click Login. So I am now in the WordPress administration panel. So as you can see, it takes you to the dashboard initially. You might get to use your dashboard a little bit when you are a little bit more familiar with the WordPress administration panel, but for now I would say don't pay too much attention to it. It's just a really good overview, for instance, of just how much content you've got on your site and how many discussions are going on, what some of the most recent comments are, etc, etc. So it's really just an overview of your site. Okay, so first of all, this is the navigation on the left-hand side. So that is the main way that you are actually going to navigate to drill down to the specific areas that you need to administer for your WordPress website. Okay, first of all, if we just start from the top and move down, you have your posts is the next major area underneath the dashboard. Now, your post area is literally where your blog posts are. Now, blog posts and content pages actually kind of look the same when you're reading your WordPress website from the browser's point of view. However, they are stored separately in two different areas. So whenever you need to post an article or a blog post, you will always do it in the post area. Now in this view, all posts, I'm literally seeing a list of all the posts that I have already posted on my website. So as you can see here, I've got in the furthest column the date that it was published, and I've also got the status as well. So if you have a blog post that you haven't published yet, so maybe you've put it in draft and you don't want to publish it for another couple of weeks, it will show you the status of that and that it's in draft over in this column on the right here. The next one over is your commenting column. So that's just a very quick overview of just how many comments you've got on each blog post. So that's quite an interesting view there for you. And then moving along to the left here, we have the tags category. So this is a very quick view of exactly which tags you've put on which blog post. And then moving one more along is categories. Okay, so if you haven't already had a quick overview of exactly what a tag is and exactly what a category is, I'll just mention quickly that it's essentially a way of categorizing your blog posts. So your categories should be done at a very high level, maybe 5 or 6 topics that you can categorize your blogs by as the first level. It obviously depends on the scope of what you're writing about. And then with your tags, you can drill down quite a lot further. So, really, you can go to town here and put as many tags as you want on each blog post, but it's best if you group them at a category level, at a much higher level, and maybe you just give each post 1 or 2 categories, just to help with the filtering of those blog posts. Okay, and when you actually hover over the blog title, you'll see that a little menu comes up and you've got quite a few different options underneath the name of the blog post here. So these are the options to go in and edit the blog post. I can quickly edit, so if I just very quickly open that, that will let me change the title of the post, it will let me change the tags, it will allow me to put the comments on or off. So that's just a quick view of some of the key things that you might need to edit on your blog there. You can put it in the bin if you want to by hitting trash, and you can also open it up but not put it in edit mode by hitting view. So that is the all posts area under posts. So if you want to add a new post, you can either do it up the top here by clicking add new, Or you can go down to the Add New page on your left-hand navigation. And here you have a blank template for your blog posts. So I'm going to go into a lot more detail about adding blog posts a little bit later on. So this is really just an orientation session to get you used to the navigation. Now, moving along further down the navigation, we have the categories area. This is actually where you can administer your categories, so you can see what categories you've already got, and you can add some new ones in if you want to. Now, slug, odd name, literally is just what will appear on your address bar. So for instance, my website is kerrywilliams.net, and if I add a new category called test, the slug I will want to put in there might be test. So that will create a URL which will be kerrywilliams.net/blog/test, and that will show all of those blog posts that actually come under that category. So it's just a really, really odd way of saying the slug is essentially just to add that to the URL of your blog area. Okay, and then finally tags. So just like categories, you've got all of the tags that you have on your website already, and you can add new ones here. Again, you can give them a name, you can give them a slug, and you can also give them a description as well. Right, so in this installation of WordPress, which is my test version, I have put an events calendar on there. Now that is a third-party plugin, which I'm going to go into a little bit more detail in another video in case you're using it, but I'm not going to do too much on that now because it's just something that's not going to be there by default. Right, so media. This is literally your media library, so where you will add all of your pictures and also all of your PDF documents. If you have documents that you want clients to maybe download, you would put all your audio clips in here, and you will also put your video clips if you're not posting them somewhere on, you know, like YouTube or Vimeo or something like that. Obviously, if you're posting them on Vimeo or YouTube, you would actually use the link to add them to a page. But if you're not doing that and you need to store them within your site, then this is where you would do it, within your media library. So if you're adding new content to your media library, you can do that by clicking Add New up the top here. And you can also do it on the fly as well. So if you add a page or you add a new blog post and you need to put a new image in, you can do that through the new page or new blog post screen as well. Again, we have an Add New little link on the left-hand navigation here for media. So again, you can add new media here, and you can literally drag and drop, which makes it really, really easy. Okay, so this is the pages area. So this is where I mentioned that there's differentiation between blog posts and pages. These are literally your content pages. So although they might look similar to blog posts, the only difference is they're basically not articles. So maybe you have an about page, you probably have a services page or a page that describes where you're practicing and what your location is. That will probably fall under pages rather than blogs. So this is the area you would come to see that. And to add a new page, you would simply click the Add New up the top here, or use the shortcut here in your left-hand navigation to add a new page. And there you go, there's a blank page template for you to fill in. As I say, there'll be more detailed videos on that later on. Comments. Now this section is basically where you administer comments. If you have set your site up so that you will actually have to approve all comments before they go live, which I would highly recommend, this is the area that you will do it in. So any new comments will appear here. Also keep an eye on this top black bar here where you can see a little speech bubble. Whenever there's a number next to that, so there might be 1 or 2, that means you've got some comments that are awaiting moderation. So if I hover over that now, you can see that little pop-up, 0 comments awaiting moderation, because I don't have any. So just keep an eye out up here for any numbers next to the speech bubble, sorry, and that will let you know that you've got to do something in the comments area. Now slides is where you would administer your slider on your homepage if you are using that, and I will go into more detail on that in another video. Same with portfolio. You may not be using a portfolio to display your work because you might not be doing the kind of work that should go into a portfolio, like maybe a photographer or a web designer. But if you are using portfolio, this is where you would administer it from. Feedback. Some of you are using the widget on the sidebar which displays your testimonials, and this is the area where you administer your feedback. So you can add all of your new testimonials in here as you go. Okay, I'm going to go into the Canvas options in a different video. These are the formatting options that are specific to this Canvas theme. I think the last thing I really want to show you is the appearance menu in here. This is actually where you would administer your sidebar. So if I just open that up to show you what's in there, you see you have widgets here, which I'm going to go into in a lot more detail in another video. And this is where I edit all the things that are appearing on my sidebar and on my footer. And then within the menus here, this is where I'm administering my primary menu. So that's where I add new pages to my drop-down menus, maybe create whole new sections on my menu. This is the place to do it from. And finally, one more area I would like to show you will be the settings area and just under general. So this is where your site title is and your tagline. So if you're using a header that shows your site title and your tagline and you need to change that, this is where to do it. I hope you've enjoyed this orientation and it's been helpful. If you have any comments, please feel free to email me, mail@kerrywilliams.net.